And we are again live, my friends. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, all depending on when and where you're logging in to watch this workshop from. And welcome to what we're going to talk about, which is, of course, USWAP, UME, and tomorrow's launch of EFT. That is the most spoken about, the most anticipated launch this year so far, I can tell you that, with thousands and thousands of people just waiting to see that EFT pop up on the USWAP DEX exchange. So this is what we are going to talk about today, guys. We are going to make sure that everyone is up to date and knows what will happen tomorrow when we launch. So we're going to start out. It's good to have you all here, guys. First and foremost, let me thank everybody for coming on. It is Sunday. I know time is precious. We all want to be with our families, but for you guys to take the time and be such dedicated and commitment to our project, to be here on this Sunday, you know, that says a lot. The demand that we have created in Eclipcity is beyond anything else. So let us start by sharing the screen, which I'm now capable to do. Let me see here, share, and then we are going to bring up USWAP. So I believe everyone can see my screen now. And if not, let me, let me know. But we are looking at USWAP. As we all know, we are all familiar with this. This is a decentralized exchange protocol on the TRON network. That means it's a decentralized exchange where you can swap between any TRC20 token, which is listed on the exchange. Now we can see that if we select tokens, we will find the available tokens that we can swap between. So for example, if you have TRON, you can swap TRON to any of these tokens, any of these currencies. Or if you have any of these currencies, you can swap them to any of the others. There's no need, as in a central exchange, to create an account. The only thing that's needed here is that you have either, if you're operating on your computer, that you have TRON Link. As you see here, I have TRON Link wallet. This is what allows me to connect. My wallet automatically connects with the contract. Now, if you're using a mobile phone, you go to uswap.me through the wallet DApp browser. So if you're using Clever Wallet, you go into Clever Wallet, you go to the DApp browser, and then you type in uswap.me, and it will automatically connect with your wallet, and you can start swapping with the currencies that you have in your wallet. So no need to open an account, no need to verify a KYC, none of this hassle. This is an instant swap where the people, the users are in control. The users are the ones that are actually making the profit of this, because it's the users that are providing the liquidity to allow swaps to happen. So for example, people can provide liquidity under liquidity. And you can see here, they can add liquidity to all of these pools. When they do that, they add two types of cryptocurrency. For example, if I add liquidity in USDJ TRX, I need to add, for example, $1,000 of USDJ and $1,000 of TRON. This goes into the smart contract swap pool. And this allows other people, traders, exchanges to swap between USDJ and TRON. And this pays a swap fee between 0.003 up to 0.3%. And that swap fee goes back to the liquidity providers that have been adding the liquidity or allowing the DEX to operate, because that is what we as a community do. We gather, we provide liquidity, and we allow the DEX to operate. We attract investors, we attract traders, arbitragers, and the more they trade, the more they use the DEX exchange, the more revenue is being created for the liquidity providers. So that's basically how a DEX exchange operates. Now, you have probably heard about USWAP earlier, which is what can we say, our competitor on the TRON network. It is the proprietary DEX exchange to Justin Sun, who is the owner of the TRON network, or he founded the TRON blockchain, so to say. Now we are already, competing among with his swap being the leading DEX on the TRON network, and we have been past them several and multiple times, and we will continue to do so until we become the leading DEX on all networks. Now, moving from USWAP, not moving from USWAP, moving into USWAP. USWAP as a DEX exchange is a community project. That means it's also governed by the community, meaning it has a proprietary governance token. Now that proprietary governance token is called UME. UME is, as said, the proprietary governance token of the USWAP DEX exchange. And those who provide liquidity to USWAP, they can use the LP tokens given on USWAP and stake and earn UME. So as you can see, we already have a huge demand. More than $16.3 million are farming the UME token as of right now. Now you can farm UME with multiple tokens. You can farm it with TRX USDT, TRX KLV, with Sun, VBTT, WIN, JST, USDJ, HT, and of course BTC, Ethereum, and the USDT pools as well. Now all of these are TRC20 tokens. So the BTC and the Ethereum and the USDT is of course a wrapped version on the TRON network. But for this allows people who hold BTC and who hold Ethereum to actually utilize that value in DeFi, because they can't do that, or at least now Bitcoin can do that on their blockchain. Ethereum can, but there are many high potential projects such as ours, such as Eclipcity, on the TRON network. So people are utilizing their Bitcoin and Ethereum, wrapping them into a TRC20 version, and they can use it for DeFi instead of selling it or trading it to another token. Because a few BTC holders and Ethereum holders wants to do that, but we're allowing them to come in. We're actually one of the first DeFi projects that were allowing or that were adapting Ethereum into the DeFi protocol. So moving further with UME, as said, it is the governance token of the USWAP DEX exchange. This means that USWAP and the development of this will be governed by those who hold UME. That means you will be able to propose for a project or a token to be listed, and that proposal will be taken into consideration. It will be then be had as a vote within the community. So we will be given 4 or 5 different projects, and we will let the community, the UME holders, vote. If you want your favorite project and your token, the one that you're investing in or you're holding in, to have massive exposure on USWAP and to the Eclipcity ecosystem and community, you better hold UME, because you can vote your project or your favorite project onto USWAP DEX exchange and allow it to be fronted and exposed to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of users. So that gives you a lot of power. It also gives you voting rights and proposal rights over the USWAP DEX exchange. Now, another thing with USWAP and what makes that a very, very different and stand out from all the others is our protocol, because our protocol does not allow anyone to list anything. As we know on USWAP, on Uniswap, and all of the other swaps, everyone can list whatever they want, and there's multiple duplicate tokens, there's scam projects, there's all these kind of things. This will never happen on the USWAP DEX exchange, because in order to list a token and in order to list your project, you as a developer will need to apply, and you will need to go through an audit by the Eclipcity dev team. That means we will not allow duplicate tokens. We will not allow projects that we see vulnerabilities in. We are creating a safe place and a safe haven for users, brand new users as experienced ones. And that is very important. So you can provide liquidity to USWAP, you can use the LP tokens, and you can farm the high potential DeFi governance token of USWAP UME practically for free. There is a 3% staking fee when you enter the pool. That is covered within approximately 36 hours of farming, and then you are in full profit. You can view, of course, on UME Finance the full details of all pools, anything from the contract address, total liquidity, staking fee, API, how much is staked, the pool supply, and of course your personal information if you are staking in it as well. As we can see here, I have liquidity in the pool, I have pool tokens farming, that pool share is 3.04%. I'm farming 2.85 UME a day. And right now, since the pools are frozen until January 13, you can see that I have farmed 39 UME in that pool so far, and another 71 in this one. It's looking good. We're going to be farming some EFT here, that's for sure, because EFT is the only gateway, or I'm sorry, UME is the only gateway for you to get EFT. Now EFT, let's just bring up the site, will be launched, will be listed and deployed on the USWAP DEX exchange only in 20 hours and 14 minutes. Guys, 20 hours and 14 minutes, that will be rush hour for sure. But we can learn a little bit more about EFT. So EFT is the proprietary governance token of the entire Eclipcity ecosystem. That means you as an EFT holder will be able to propose and govern and vote for the development of the Eclipcity ecosystem. If you have an idea, for example, we've heard a lot about NFTs, that how can we get NFTs into this, hold you an EFT and make a proposal to us. Say that this would be good for the community. This is how we can utilize it, and this is how we would be able to generate income and revenue for Eclipcity and all its users. Send us that proposal, and if you as an EFT holder, that will be taken into consideration. It will be voted upon by the community, and the community will govern the way that this community will be expanding, because our ecosystem will always be an ever expanding one. That is what people forget. So in 20 hours, 13 minutes and 45 seconds, guys, it is off to the races. EFT will be listed and launched on USWAP. Let me do this. I personally do not recommend anyone to purchase EFT. Why? Because you can farm it. You can farm it and earn it practically for free. But I do know that everyone on this call is here to know, how can we purchase that EFT? How can I buy the EFT when it's getting launched? I'm not going to kid anyone. That is mostly what everyone is here for, but they're also here to do that so that they can use that EFT to farm more EFT. Because everyone here, most of you guys here, know the true value of EFT and UME, which we will talk about very, very soon. And that is not the value that is shown on the market. Now, tomorrow in 20 hours, you will see when you drop down the select the token menu, either above or below UME, you will see EFT. That is the token. That is when it has been listed. At that time, if you want to purchase, if that is absolutely what you're looking for, you will select, let me see here, you will be selecting TRX at the top, and you will be selecting EFT at the bottom. Now let's just say that UME is the EFT. So you will select EFT. Now you will purchase. So now you will select how many EFT you would like to purchase. If you would like to 1 or 2, what I would recommend is that you enter the amount of TRON that you are preparing to purchase it for, because the price of EFT will be listed and starting at 400. It will be listed and starting at 400 TRON per EFT. But the second someone makes a purchase, my friends, the second someone makes a purchase of 0.01 or 0.1 or 1 or 10 or whatever, that price fluctuates because of a DEX algorithm. Every time someone purchases, the price goes up. Every time someone sells, the price goes down, all depending on the amount of liquidity that is in the pool, how much availability of the funds. Now, let me do an example. Let's see if UME here. UME now has a price of 1,692. Now, if I buy 10, let's have a look at this price. Price 1692. But if I buy 10, if I buy 10, it is now 1695. If I buy 100, I'm now paying 1700 per. If I'm buying 1,000, I'm purchasing them for 1839 per piece. So if I'm purchasing 1,000 UME right now, that will cost me 1,839. That means the average price that I paid for them was 1,839, not 1,691, which is the price of 1. If I purchase 1, I'll pay 1,691. If I purchase 1,000, 1 at a time, each token will have a higher price. If I purchase 1,000 at one time, I will get the overall price that it will be on. So if it was 10,000, I'm not even sure that amount can be added. Let's say that if it was 5,000, the price would go from 1,600 to 2,800. So this is how a price DEX algorithm works. So let's assume that now UME is EFT tomorrow. That is, EFT has just launched and you're about to purchase it. What you do is that you click on your TRON and you enter the amount of TRON that you are prepared to purchase the UFT for. Now, again, I do not recommend anyone to purchase EFT. I want to have this made clear, stated multiple times. I do not recommend anyone to buy EFT because it has no financial value. It is a governance token over the Eclipcity ecosystem, and any financial value it will have on the market will come from the traders itself, not from us, from the traders itself. So, but let's now assume that the UME is EFT. So you would like to purchase EFT for, let's say, 10,000 TRON. Then you enter 10,000 TRON right there, and it will calculate automatically how much EFT you will be getting. And you need to be quick if you want to get it cheap. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, but you got to be quick, because if you're entering 10,000 TRON and you're sitting here and watching, let's say that this is the EFT, you will see that it will drop from 589 to 579 to 55, 52, 4.9. So because people are purchasing, and as people are purchasing, the price goes up, and that means that you will get less for those 10,000. So don't delay if you're now planning to purchase. Do it as be prepared, and make sure that you get yours and purchase what you're supposed to purchase at once, because if you do it now and you do it 30 seconds later, it will have a totally different price. Remember, we have a group, official group with more than 6,000 members in it, everybody waiting for this. And I have no idea about the outside community that has not joined our, you just saw the value here, that has not joined our community yet, or the official group that is also farming, that is also waiting for this. So guys, tomorrow will be a hectic day. It will be a fun day. It will be a fun day for a lot of people, for all of us. It will be a fun day for not just a lot of people, but a fun day for all of us. So, but as you see, this is how a DEX works. So we were getting the question, what if one person purchased all the 5,000? Guys, that is not possible. It is literally and practically impossible for one person to purchase the whole 5,000 that will be in liquidity. Why? Because all of you are going to be on this exchange trying to buy an amount of EFT at the same time. Now, if somebody would want to and were allowed to purchase the whole 5,000 lot, they would need total privacy. No one else could access the exchange and purchase EFT, and he would need approximately, I'm not really sure, but around at least 150 to 200 million because of because of the price impact. Guys, you'll see tomorrow at the launch, and I can guarantee you, no one will be able to purchase 5,000. There will be no whales. It's not possible, because there's only going to be 5,000 of the 75,000. So even if one person gets to hold 500, 10% of what goes out now, that's still nothing compared to the total supply. And that means that person will need to hold on and hold on and hold on to then get more, which they probably will, to farm more, because the more you have, the more revenue you will create. So guys, that is basically how it will all work. Just as when we launched UME to the USWAP DEX exchange, when the DEX exchange went live and UME went live, you went into the exchange and you checked the token balances and you saw UME. Wow, UME is here. And then you entered how much you wanted to purchase it for, and you clicked swap. You confirmed it, and it was done. You had it purchased. It's the same thing with EFT. So tomorrow, when that happens, of course, even though I do not recommend it to anyone, I want to show you, because this is what have been asked. I recommend you all to farm EFT. But when it comes, when we launch, you go to the drop-down menu, select EFT, and you put in the amount of TRON that you are spending to purchase it for. All right? And then you swap it, and then you confirm it. I see that there's a lot of questions coming in, dropping down. I do not know what they are because I can't view them and see them right now. I'll go through them after we're done here. Now, again, the EFT, as said, 20 hours, 5 minutes, and 12 seconds until it's being listed on USWAP DEX exchange. Make sure, guys, make some noise about this. Make sure that everyone knows, because the more demand we see coming towards this, the better it is for all of us. And for everyone that has been farming EFT already, pre-farming, let's go a little bit into that. Congratulations, because you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of everyone else. Now going to USWAP, we can see that we have staking UME and we have staking EFT. Now staking UME is basically, or it's not basically, it is the same thing as UME Finance. This site is just an additional visual view for you to view where you are farming. So it is also, of course, for marketing purposes as well, but the farming is duplicated in USWAP. So you can go to staking UME, you click here, you go to UME Finance, but you have all the pools here. So let's say if I would like to provide liquidity to BTC TRX, I just click on that. I now see all the pool information and I can stake it right here. I click stake, and then I don't have any amount because I don't have the, I haven't provided liquidity to that, so I can't, but this is how you can do it. Very, very simple. Everything is within one platform. Everything is within USWAP. Because why? Because UME belongs to USWAP, and EFT belongs to Eclipcity, and USWAP belongs to Eclipcity. So everything can be done right in here. We do have the additional sites, UME Finance and EFT Finance, for marketing purposes, and as well for a better visual overview for those who wish to look at all the pools. Now, staking EFT is done exactly the same way right now in USWAP. Everyone that has been farming UME has been given the opportunity to pre-farm EFT, and we all have been putting a lot into these pools. I am looking forward to be claiming this, and I'm looking forward to be holding, and I'm looking forward to be utilizing my EFT in the ecosystem as we go. This is what we're going to talk a little bit about now, my friends. Because what's important to understand is that we're not just farming UME and EFT so that we can sell that off quickly to take the TRON as a quick profit. You can do it if you want to, but it is not recommended. I can clearly state and say that you will regret later. The thing is, Eclipcity is doing a lot more, if you don't already know, than USWAP and UME. We're right now building a lending protocol. We're developing a complete ecosystem of DeFi services, all generating revenue. We're into online gaming and mobile games. We will deploy 2 mobile games where you can play with TRON and UME in the next 2 weeks. We are into the online banking and crypto debit card industry, where we are allowing, or where we're offering our community an Eclipcity branded debit card where they can liquidate Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and TRON instantly to fiat. Send and receive all over the world, withdraw to their bank account. So much to do, and that is just the beginning of it. We're going to have our own wallet in the first quarter here now in 2021. In about 40 days, my friends, you're going to see the launch of the Eclipcity wallet. Now, if you're using TRON Link, you will have an idea of how it will look. We will have our own DApp, 15 keyword, a decentralized Eclipcity wallet with the USWAP integrated as a swap function, with the entire ecosystem, with UME, with EFT, with the games, with everything coming from Eclipcity will be in the Eclipcity wallet. There will be a ref program to this wallet where you can share the wallet with others. If they purchase UME for $50, you'll get UME for $50. My friends, we are about to go viral and bring this to the masses. And EFT and UME, my friends, I just explained and it's just a few of the things that are coming in the Eclipcity ecosystem. We also got Eclipcity Technology, Eclipcity Academy, Eclipcity Trading, Eclipcity Marketplace. All of this will be launching through 2021. All of this will be adding revenue and generating income to the Eclipcity ecosystem. Now, who is the Eclipcity ecosystem? It's us. It's the users, and especially the UME and the EFT holders. We will have multiple ways where you can utilize your UME and your EFT to tap into revenue streams created in the Eclipcity ecosystem. Let me just give an example. For example, let's say that we take 10% of all income and all additional revenue that is generated within the Eclipcity ecosystem, and we turn that into USDT. We turn that into pure USDT. Let's say that we do $100,000 a month into USDT, just as an example. It can be a 50,000, it can be 100,000, it can be $1 million a month. As we grow, the revenue becomes bigger. you as in a UME or an EFT or both will be able to utilize your UME and farm that USDT. You will be able to use your EFT to farm that USDT. That means that you will be able to farm revenue from the Eclipcity ecosystem just from holding UME and EFT, not selling them off for a cheap price on the market, but holding them, and that enables you to generate wealth that few can within the Eclipcity ecosystem for years and years and years to come. That is the point, and that is what I want people to understand, that this is not a quick, a quick drop scheme or whatever you want to call it. This is not a short-term profit. This is a lifelong project. This is something that we're building because we want it to last. We want to build a community, an ecosystem, a self-sustained and a ongoing ecosystem of decentralized smart contract that creates an ecosystem generating profit and income to everyone. And we're doing that. We're already doing that. In less than 7 months, we have achieved what companies and corporates haven't done in more than 10 years. And believe me that we will continue in this pace. And coming up first, as we all know, my friends, is EFT. I cannot wait. I am super excited. I hope everyone here is excited as well. And I hope everyone here understands the importance, the true value of UME and EFT. Not the value that you see here, not the value that you can exchange it for right now, not that it's worth 1,700 TRON, which still is, come on guys, $57 per UME. We've been on the market for 2 months. I would say eight weeks. I'm sorry. November 9th was the launch of USWAP and UME. USWAP was listed at $1. It is now at 57, and it has been stable at this point for a long time, and it will continue to do, because we're only in the beginning. We haven't even started. Guys, we have 23 million UME that is going out to the market, and less than 200,000 is in circulation. Trust me, we have a great journey ahead of us. And everyone knows that in order to get EFT, you need UME. People will farm, or that people will provide liquidity to USWAP, make that grow, attract more traders, which will allow more revenue for all. People will farm UME, which will allow that value to create itself, and people will use that UME to farm EFT to get access to everything within the Eclipcity ecosystem. When you understand the steps that this is taken, the strategy for all of this to be high and tight together and generating and benefits for each other, that is when you will understand what this community, what this ecosystem will do. All right, my friends, I am super excited. Let me check that timer once again. 19 hours and 56 minutes. I hope you guys keep a close eye on this. Let me stop the share. We're going to do a quick Q&A here, guys, to see if there's any questions. I'm going to go through them. Let me see here. The first question that came up and that I saw here was, will it be possible for some persons to interact directly with the EFT smart contract to acquire EFT without USWAP? No, that is not possible. It is impossible. No one will be able to interact with a contract or the exchange or anything else until we have listed and deployed the liquidity to USWAP. So that is impossible. Let me see, what else do we got here? Can we do liquidity pool pairs of EFT TRX on January 11th after EFT launched? That I will disclose tomorrow. We are opening up the EFT TRX liquidity pool for farming between the 11th and the 13th. I will have the exact launch tomorrow morning. It might be tomorrow, it might be the next day, or it might be on the 13th. But rest assured that we will open up both EFT TRX and EFT UME pools to farm further EFT and also to farm UME. Is this long term? That's all I want to know, Andreas. I have so much out. I have so much out, and I am scared. Babola, I do hope that I saw that this came in early, just 3 minutes after we launched. I do hope that you feel more confident after listening to the long-term strategy and planning of Eclipcity. Record, absolutely, we are recording, so this will be uploaded to YouTube. Just reading quickly here, guys. How about the decimals? Will it cause a problem in swapping? No, so that is why I recommend you guys to. So don't enter the amount of EFT you want to purchase. Enter the amount of TRX that you would like to purchase for. And don't enter 10,000.1893231 because that's what you have. Just if you have 10,000, then enter 9,990. So you have for your gas fee, so you have for all of this as well. You got to take these things into consideration so you don't try. So let's say you have 10,000 and you put 10,000 in, you don't have anything for gas, and then it will be revoked. And then you're suddenly 15, 20, 25 seconds behind and the price is higher. So yes, make sure that you have enough for gas fee, for everything. And if you, which I don't recommend you to do, but if you are going to buy, may enter the TRX amount that you're purchasing with. If you have 12,000 in your wallet, put 11,000 in and hit that swap button. Just get it done. Let me see. All right, good day, sir. Is there any possibility that we're going to see failed transactions tomorrow? If yes, how can we secure ourselves against failed transactions? And that is exactly what we just spoke of now. Can we only buy EFT with TRX? Yes. When we list, it needs to be listed with TRX because we're on the TRON network, we're on the TRON blockchain, and in order to actually list a new token, it needs to be paired with TRX first because it is the proprietary token of the blockchain. So the only way to purchase EFT, if that is what you're planning to do, is with TRX. Now, once we have opened the farming pools and the liquidity pools for EFT and UME, you will be able to purchase EFT with UME as well because people will now be adding UME and EFT in liquidity to farm more EFT or more UME depending on what they want. Now, at that time, you will be able to go in and purchase with UME. But remember and keep in mind that at that time, the price of EFT will not be the same as when it launched. That is for sure. Will there be any new pair pools for EFT? I have mined 10 EFTs so far. I got 2,057 UME. My whole team has 43 EFT so far. My friend, congratulations. You guys are way ahead of everyone. Well, not everyone else on the call, but that is massive. To have mined that amount, good job. Now, do yourself a favor and hold on to them. Hold on to them because they will be generating wealth for you for years, not even years, but decades to come. Rest assured for that. I read in the Telegram group that you're thinking about duplicating the UME pool so that they can mine both EFT and UME. Can you tell us more about this, please? Well, yes, so we're looking into the possibility that to utilize, well, not all pools. We're looking into the possibility of opening a few selected pools with UME pairs that can farm UME as well. And we're also looking at opening up a few EFT pairs that will farm UME. So the thing is, right now, the only way to get UME is by providing liquidity with two types of cryptocurrencies, and then you can farm UME. The only way to get EFT by farming, of course, we're not talking about purchasing. I never talk about purchasing or buying or swapping. So the only way to get UME is to provide liquidity with TRON and another crypto to USWAP, and then you provide the LP token, or you stake the LP tokens, and then you're earning it. Now, the only way to get EFT is by having UME. Now, pairing UME, providing liquidity again to USWAP exchange, and then you can stake and earn EFT. Now, we are looking at opening EFT pools to farm more UME, as well, both EFT and UME. We're not looking at opening up UME pools, except maybe a pure UME to farm UME. We're looking to open up EFT to farm more EFT and more UME, which puts more additional pressure for people to farm more UME, because they need, in order to get more UME, they need to farm EFT, so that will farm them more UME again. So this is all strategically being planned and executed. So tomorrow you will be knowing a little bit more about the new pools that will come up, why they're coming up, how it's all being, how it's all connected. For me, transparency is very, very important. To have a high level of understanding of why things are done in the way they are done is very important for the entire community, not just one or two or me or the dev team, but for everyone that is participating. Because the more you know, well, the less concerns and the less questions you have. The more confident you feel about the project that you're in, and the more confident you feel to share this with others, because that is what we want. We want to build the biggest community that can thrive of a decentralized financial ecosystem. All right, moving on here. UME all-time high was around 6K plus TRX, and UME has much higher supply. What's the possibility that EFT will surpass UME? All right, so when we launched, UME has a total supply of 23 million. When we added liquidity, we added 10,000, and then the pools were farming pretty fast. So right now there's about approximately 200,000 in circulation after 2 months. And the value has topped at 6,000 plus. It has, or 160. It was even up at 190, I think. But it stabilized around $50 to $60. Now, if we're taking EFT, we're only going to provide half of the liquidity of what we provided with UME. The farming pools of EFT is going to have an output of probably 10 times to 15 times less than UME as well, which means that, I don't speculate, and I do speculate, but I'm not telling anyone. So if we did, if we provided 10,000, I'll just give you the math so you guys can think about this yourself. If 10,000 UME was provided to 400 to 40 TRX, and it went from 40 to 6,000, and we're now providing 5,000 in liquidity of EFT with 400, where can it go? If UME went from 40 to 6,000, what can EFT do from 400 to question mark? So I can't, I'm not saying it will go 40,000, 400,000, these unrealistic things. What I'm saying is that EFT has no financial value whatsoever. It is a governance token that allows you to govern and control the development of the Eclipcity ecosystem and the revenue share from this. Now, how people see that, and if that's valuable for them, that will determine the market value as well. But the market value will be nothing compared to the wealth that these tokens will generate to you as the ecosystem expands and as Eclipcity continues to grow over the decades and decades to come. All right, let me see what else we got. How much can EFT price? So this is the. All right, let me just say this: if 5,000 EFT is purchased, and then they started to swap around, the price will be above 40,000. If the 5,000 is purchased and everyone is swapping around and wanting to buy more, it will go higher than 40,000. The price algorithm, there's actually shared a document in our group by one of our users who knows the DEX algorithm, and he calculated from each single token, every single purchase, the price difference and how that will increase. And you can see that it goes like this. It's starting to increase, and then suddenly it's just the last tokens, the last 500 tokens will cost at least 30 to 40,000 TRON each, and that will climb higher as well. But I don't know how many tokens will be bought. I'm recommending everyone to farm them, not to buy them. What you guys do, I can't say, I can't speculate, I can't predict. If I could predict, oh. All right, let's see. Can I go into the slippage tolerance and change those numbers around to help in purchasing EFT? Yeah, you could do that. I mean, of course, the slippage tolerance is what you are willing to do. It's what you are willing to allow, what kind of slippage you're willing to allow. And that's also why we have a confirmation, because when you're purchasing, you'll see maybe a note, warning, price impact 4.17, 17.7%. Do you want to continue? Continue. It's just that it's warning you that it's a high price impact because it's low liquidity. And it's low liquidity because we just launched. So yeah, absolutely, regulate your slippage tolerance so that won't be an issue for you. And yes, we will close the chat tomorrow before EFT launch. What will come first, EFT farming or EFT purchase from USWAP? Well, EFT farming is already live. You can already pre-farm EFT in USWAP, but everything is frozen. And all those pools will unfreeze on the 13th, 2 days after the launch of EFT. So tomorrow on the 11th, it will be listed on USWAP. That means that people can start to swap it, trade it, buy it, sell it. But everyone who is farming it right now will first get their EFT on the 13th. Now, the reason why no one actually cares about that is because no one is going to sell them. Everyone is going to use them to farm more EFT anyway. Can the system cope with thousands of transactions at the same time? Yes, it can. When will members be able to farm USDT? All right, so I'm guessing you're referring to the revenue share from Eclipcity ecosystem. Well, my friend, first and foremost, we need to get UME onto the market. As I said, there's only 200,000 tokens of the 23 million. There's not even 10% on the market. So we need to, of course, farm a little bit more, start generating more revenue, get the games on board, get the lending protocol out there, get the derivative and the oracle, starting generating money and revenue for all of us, for the entire Eclipcity ecosystem. And that is when you will be able to farm your USDT. The amount of UME you have now will not be sufficient enough to farm USDT in those pools. That is why I'm telling you, farm as much UME and as much EFT and hold them as you possibly can. Because the more UME you have and the longer you have held them in your wallet, the more USDT you will farm. Will further pools after the 13th still be frozen? No, they will not be frozen after the 13th. They will be unfrozen. I'm sorry I am late. Will EFT be listed immediately when the countdown is done? Yes, yes, it will. All right, so we went through everything in the Q&A session. Let me just quickly check the chat box and see if there is anything that we missed at the bottom here. And that I believe, no, that's actually the same thing that was in, almost the same thing. Let's see. Guys, thank you so much for all the kind words, for all the appreciation, for everything that you guys are saying. It truly, truly warms my heart. And I gotta say, I love you all. Together together we're stronger. Together we're united. Together we are, and we have the power and the ability to empower each other enough so we can create this for ourselves. That is what we're doing. We have the technology, we have the skills, we have the heart, and we have the brains. So guys, together we are going to do greatness. We're going to make an impact on this world and leaving a legacy of positivity, of support, of trust, transparency, and confidence. That is what Eclipcity stands for. So guys, I hope you guys are very, very excited. I am. I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I wanted to do this call just to make sure that everyone is prepared for tomorrow, 1 p.m. CET. You will be able to follow it on EFT.finance. We will have, tomorrow morning when I wake up, we'll be full focus in the Telegram group. So make sure you're there. If you're not in the Telegram group, you will find it on the USWAP site. Just click on the 3 dots and click on Telegram, and you will be brought to the Telegram group. This is where we gather the community. This is where we get educated. This is where we get a high level of understanding of both Eclipcity, USWAP, UME, and EFT as a whole. Guys, thank you so much. If there was anything we did not reply to, let's get that back into the group. The recording will be up on YouTube within the next hour. Let's share that with everyone we know. Let's create that demand. Let's take it viral. All right, my friends, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.